has been one of those days. I really don't know where to begin.
I do. I'll read you these words.
Words
we never really thought we'd hear. I rarely give up, but at some point I have no force to keep pushing. The words of
Thierry Neuville. Thierry Neuville, and why? Why did we hear that from Thierry Neuville? Well, Neuville was having a magnificent rally. He found the pace. We talked to him yesterday evening. He was physically bouncing. He was so happy with yesterday's performance, so full of confidence and belief. Doing a great job out there. A puncture, David. A puncture. I mean, goodness me.
I mean, they said it themselves. Formo as well. They have no words.
Yeah.
You know that, and it's very, very hard to accept for them. You know, the pair of them both said, in the middle of the road, no significant impact. Same. I mean, what was it? One lost 1 minute 48. One lost 1 minute 38. I would say pretty much
probably same whatever it was.
What can you say, Cole? This team, they'd struggled, they'd worked, they'd pushed, they'd strived to make a fast car on gravel.
Yeah.
Looked like they got there.
Yeah.
Last night, both cars were in 7.7 seconds of the lead in Finland on an event which has been their absolute Achilles heel since Hyundai really came back to the WRC.
And now they're looking at absolute disaster because obviously Tanak had his issues yesterday. Enormous consequences in terms of this year's championship. Thierry Neuville, the way things were standing this morning, was clawing himself back potentially into the Drivers' Championship fights. Hyundai were looking as if they were beginning to put a bit of pressure on Toyota. I think Neuville is now out of the Drivers' Championship, and for Hyundai,
he doesn't say that sort of stuff easily. You know, and
doesn't.
The fact that he's always been the guy that's never stopped fighting. That's his trademark, an absolute scrapper. And it looks like, I mean, it's a heat of the moment thing. He will go back. He will sort himself out. He'll think about it. And of course, there is potential mathematically that he can fight his way back. It is very, very difficult. And I think as well, the issue, none of these drivers ever struggle for motivation, ever.
Yeah.
And it's wrong to talk about motivation, but there is definitely a psychology when you've been beaten down. And he's had a fairly rotten start to the season. First half of the year, not all his fault by any means at all.
I mean, we were on course for a good result here this weekend, and obviously also on route to get back in the championship fight as well, with Oid and Elfin being behind. But unfortunately, after that puncture, I think any bigger hopes for an interesting championship fight at the end of the season with us involved, I would say they are gone.
You said a similar thing at the end of a stage as well. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but at this stage, it genuinely feels like your chances are basically gone.
We needed a good result here, and we came here well prepared. We pushed ourselves very hard to do a good rally here, which is obviously not our strongest event. And we were on course, but it keeps coming and hitting us all the time. Since the beginning of the year, there has been no rally except Sweden where we were troubleless.
I think there is a little more to it than just the tyre. It's just bad luck. I think it's to do with the way the car's set up. I think it's to do a little bit with the driving style. I think potentially there's more to it than just these tyres are not good. I'm not liking them.
I think it's too early to say, Colin.
It's way too early.
It's just the actual immediate ramifications of it. I mean, catastrophic is a very strong word. For this event, they are catastrophic.
Very frustrated, very disappointing for us, for the team, for Thierry also. Both cars on the same corner, it's really, really a shame. I checked the video, it's not like there is a big thing that we hit, it's a small step. I think maybe all the cars are going through it. For sure, we were doing a really good rally. We can be pleased with that, but it's really a shame that we don't get what we, I think, deserve for at least for today, and to see what we can do tomorrow. But now we're gonna be 3 or 4 on the road tomorrow in Impuya. We're gonna try, but my hope is quite low, I would say. So anyway, we'll try. We'll see.
Let's talk about Kalle Rovanperä. Rovanperä went out with a lead this morning. It was just under 5 seconds. He came in at lunchtime with a lead. He doubled the lead, more than doubled it. He finishes at the end of the day, David, with a lead that, all things being equal, is unassailable.
He laid the foundation for this potential victory again this morning with just absolutely taking the risks. A lot of the drivers are talking about pushing, but keeping a little bit of margin. I suspect there was no margin for Kalle Rovanperä. I suspect he gave it absolutely everything to make those times first thing this morning. There was a small issue this morning as well. Cost him a little bit of time. What was that? There was a
puncture.
A puncture, a soft puncture on the right rear. But it didn't matter.
No.
You know, he'd got the wind in the sails and he was away. And I think now he has found something. He's talked at lunchtime to us about finding something, finding a way forward with the car. It's not necessarily the easiest way forward. It's not necessarily leaving him comfortable in the car, but he's adapting. If only there was a place that you could read all about it. If only there was a columnist that was placed somewhere to give you all of that insight. Try Club DirtFish. Tom Fowler, he'll be writing a column with us this weekend, and he'll give you all of the insight into exactly how they've turned that around.
So many people are asking that.
A really good day for sure. Obviously, the gap went bigger after Thierry and Adrian had the punctures, but already before that we were having a good pace, and this afternoon it felt like we could also control it quite well, which is always the most positive thing. Tomorrow in Pohja is again really different than today. It's gonna be super hard pace, this hard big road, so we're gonna prepare a bit differently for that. Can be a bit trickier for us, but we try to do the best we can. Finland's most trickiest stage is on in Pohja for sure, and yeah, I like the stage, but it's not my favorite one because it's so difficult, to be honest. It's a proper challenge.
What does that mean then, in terms of the overall standings? It means, would you believe, Kalle Rovanperä leads, but it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Toyota.
Honestly, Cole, it's absolutely mad, isn't it? Taka in second, Ogier in third, Evans 1.5 off the back of Ogier.
It is.
Ogier's only 6 odd seconds behind Taka. It's bonkers.
I like the fact you're getting used to my terminology. 6
odd
odd seconds.
All right, 6.8
You're the one that's
or
always says
something.
me, Colin, it's about precise numbers.
That's happened again. So I'm sure it's 6.8 or something.
6.8.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's tremendous. Again, as soon as this happens, it makes me think, what does Toyota do? Because if Sebastian Ogier isn't doing the championship, get him out of the way. Sorry, Sebastian, we absolutely love you. You're an amazing 8-time world champion. Taka, you're our bestie. But step aside because
I totally agree. I totally
could move
agree.
him up to
I
second.
totally agree. Now, I'd have said, if Neuville had still been in second, I'd have said 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
We can't. No, you're right. You're 100% right, because we can't write Tanak off. We absolutely can't. Tanak's
You
still
can't. Of course you
in the
can't.
fight. No, I agree totally. The part-time driver has to move aside. He might get him anyway. It's only 1.5 seconds, but in the second pass and on in Pohja, if it's still 1.5, they have to allow Evans to pass 100%. Would you take the second place away from Taka on this one? Well, if it comes down to a point, you do. I agree.
Let's just hang on a sec. I'm going to phone a friend.
Do it.
Hello, Andrea Adamo. Yes.
I'm 100% with you, David. I'm 100% with you. We've heard a lot about Toyota never ever use team orders, team tactics. Well, unfortunately, the reality is that when you've got drivers who are outside of the main team, full-time main team drivers, you can sacrifice them, and you have to. Not a bad weekend so far, David, for M Sport. The car has been completely reliable, and the drivers have made the most of the opportunity out there.
They have. Again, they're reasonably compromised with place on the road.
But I guess the biggest talking point for M Sport today was Martin Sesks and Renoir Francis when the windscreen completely messed it up. We've seen all sorts of improvisation in the past. We've seen drivers clearly who anticipate that issue, having twigs in the car, making little mops to clean the windscreen. I have never seen what we saw. I've never seen it. Never seen it. Incredible improvisation from that crew. Listen, if you want to see a little bit more of that, if you want to hear the full inside story of Martin Sesks and his co-driver's legs cleaning the windscreen, Club DirtFish, we have a fantastic video just after that happened from the road section, where the boys are talking all about that whole process and just how difficult it was. Club DirtFish on Patreon, and you can see that video. The only driver really that we haven't talked about today is Ott Tanak. Big issues with Ott Tanak yesterday evening. Go to dirtfish.com to read all about that. It has very much compromised his efforts today. What we absolutely know, Tanak is still in that fight for the championship. Tomorrow is a huge day for Oid Tanak. Expect him to be back out fighting and pushing for the maximum Sunday points tomorrow. What about the WRC 2 battle?
Oh my goodness, that's mad!
Do you know what? There are a couple of Estonians who are trying to upset the Finns here, but Ruppa Korhonen and Jari-Matti Latvala battling at the front of WRC2.
It's brilliant.
Virves is just about there. Linname's not far behind. But it's great to see those two, the old and the young, battling out.
It's 10th of a second for 10th of a second. It's just, it's sensational, Cole. Just the battle, the fight, the scrap. Just seeing them coming out and then seeing them between stages, sort of looking at each other. What have you got? Have you got a bit more? Yeah, I've got a bit more. And just to have Latvala in there, it's just brilliant.
I guess today I was a bit crampy some sections, and but today I have started to get the feeling, right feeling, and the enjoyment. And last year I didn't drive. I didn't have the same fight because we were still already quite far from Oliver, and I wasn't letting myself on that zone. But this year I've been in the fight and I haven't been on this kind of fight for a long time, so actually it feels really good.
What would it mean to you if you did manage to win?
I haven't thought about it, but of course, you know, when you are in this kind of position that you want to fight, so maybe you can prove something to yourself. You don't need to prove to anybody else, but maybe you can prove to yourself that you are not too old.
Well, there we are, folks. It really has been the most remarkable day here in Finland. David, Finland is one of those rallies that always delivers, and today has been a day that's delivered.
Scott. It's Finland. It's the kingmaker and the heartbreaker, isn't it? It really is. It's
a kingmaker or a heartbreaker.
What it is, though, isn't it? Potentially we're going to crown King
Scribe of the WRC is David Evans.
But it has put a dagger in the hearts of Hyundai today.
Yeah, listen, folks, we've had so much fun over the last 2 and a bit days here in Finland. We've had more drama, to be honest with you, than I can deal with. But there is more to come. We have the biggest stage, the most legendary stage, the most famous stage of them all tomorrow. Twice. It's going to be an unusual Sunday. Just on Emporia, run twice. But my goodness me, after the dramas of today and yesterday, I'm not counting anything else.
And there's been a bit of debate about, should they have put another couple of stages in? It's Uni Day. Sunday is Uni Day. I can't wait, Cole.
It is Uni Day, folks. Join us tomorrow for the final day of the Sector Rally Finland.